Hey, what is going... That was so dorky. What is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantom. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you're enjoying the wonderful month of December. It's a lot of fun. Holidays coming up, getting together with family and friends. One great idea that I had is when you get together with family and friends, just ask to borrow their phone, go to this channel on YouTube and make sure that they are subscribed. I think that's a great idea. Everybody who does that multiple times will be at 100K subscribers in like no time. Also make sure you're subscribed down below because why wouldn't you want to be, right? With that being said, guys, before we jump into things today, I do want to just kind of bring something up and see what everybody feels. So I was able to get my hands on some older packs, not really older, not vintage by any means, but some from the XY era and some from the Sun and Moon era, so like Sun and Moon Base, Burning Shadows, XY Evolutions, Unified Minds, Flashfire, Furious Fists, Phantom Forces, just a bunch of random packs, and there's a decent chunk of them. So I was trying to think of the best way to kind of deliver those to the community, sell those to the community, whether that be listing single packs, or I can do it in art sets, or maybe just doing breaks. I don't know if you guys would be interested in something like that, where we do just breaks, you know, where it's just, there's a mystery bundle, and it's just a flat price, and we just go with a break. Maybe that would be fun. We could do that on YouTube. It's up to you guys. I just really wanted to see what you guys thought. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Could be a lot of fun, but yeah, I wanted to throw that idea out there and just see what you guys thought, how you would like them kind of delivered. Not necessarily you have to buy them, but just what you, if you were a business owner, what would you do? Just kind of makes you think. Okay. With that being said, guys, we're going to talk about full art trainers today. And full art trainers, we don't really talk too much about specific cards. We talk usually about sets in specific. We like to focus a lot on how is the price doing on Vivid Voltage, or how is the price doing on booster packs or booster boxes, or whatever the case may be. But full art trainers are a very interesting niche in our hobby, and particularly because there's a lot of demand when it comes to full art trainers. Not necessarily the rainbow variants, but really full art trainers in general saw this giant increase. It was just insane. Last year, about this time, sealed product was starting to get tough to come by, and we went through December with sealed product kind of flying off the shelves, and then it was hard to find everywhere. So then singles started to rise, and it was very, very interesting, specifically when it comes to full art trainers, because a lot of them went through this giant buyout on TCG Player, on the market, where a lot of them were being scooped up on various websites, eBay, TCG Player, and they were being bought up undoubtedly just to resell, just to flip and kind of establish a new market price. And that's usually what happens, unfortunately, with a buyout. It's frustrating and it's annoying as a collector, but full art trainers were directly impacted severely. This happened about 10 months ago now. So middle of January, TCG Player pricing had a ton of lowest listings of a product that were like $100 more than the market price of that product. And it happened solely, for the most part, with full art trainers. So we're going to look at those full art trainers, a lot of them that went through a buyout, look at how they have changed now 10 months later. So is the market price back to where it was? Is the market price new? Has anything gained or lost? There's a lot of things in the market right now that is whoosh, going way down. The market is in shambles because there's so much product everywhere. And I don't want to say shambles because it's not getting bought. I think that a lot of people are still buying. They're just getting decent pricing now because there is so much product that is available. It is just crazy how much product continues to be arriving on a weekly basis at LGSs. It's insane. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to flip you on over to your lovely spreadsheets. I know you guys love spreadsheets. Don't you love a good spreadsheet? So here we are looking at Google Sheets right here. I've got quite a bit of trainers listed here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this in our Discord channel. So that way, if you want to look at it, you can look at it there. Otherwise, yeah, join our Discord. The link will be in the description down below. But if you want to look at it and you don't want to just kind of look at my ugly mug while looking at it, you can pull it up in Discord. But with that being said, let's kind of jump into things right here. The fullest, or the most expensive full art trainer that we're going to go through right away is Lily from Ultra Prism. Ultra Prism is a unique set. It was kind of short printed. Right away when Ultra Prism came out, I remember doing a giant opening, hanging out with Purple Cliff, hanging out with Trainer TV, hanging out with the guys of Dead Draw Gaming, we did, and Papa Blastoise, we did a giant opening of Ultra Prism where we opened up like I don't know, maybe 60 boxes, 10 cases or something like that. We did it live on Twitch. It was a lot of fun. And then I went to go order more boxes the following Monday after the set released. And I was told by my distributor, it's already out. I'll send you whatever I can, but it's out of print. And it never came back in print until last year when Pokemon finally said, okay, we're going to do a small reprint on Ultra Prism because there's just not enough of it out there. And that brought booster box prices down a little bit, but Ultra Prism was severely underprinted right from the get-go. Lily from Ultra Prism is one of the full art trainer cards that a lot of people like. Outside of that, there wasn't a whole lot in that set. People like the Cynthia. Because that was kind of new to the format. There was a lot of hype behind some of the cards, but they never really panned out to anything from a competitive market. So Lily from Ultra Prism is really the one that a lot of people kind of were drawn to. In January, the market price of that card was $156.50. The lowest near mint price of that card was $209. So what that means is everybody bought out that card, or not everybody, a lot of people. This was probably an organized buyout where a group of people bought out that specific card and said, hey, we're going to buy out every single copy up to X amount, whether it be $250, $260, and they said, we're going to set a new margin here. We're going to set a new standard here. And that margin that we have in there is going to help us, because we can't find any sealed products, so this is what we're going to do. $290 was the lowest near mint copy. Here we are 10 months later. It hasn't really changed a whole lot. $210.99 is the lowest near mint price on there. $235.67 is the market price currently. So the market price has dropped about 51%, or went up about 51%, which is pretty insane, from $156.50 all the way up to $235.50. But the lowest near mint copy, $210.99. So that's a 27% decrease of where it was in January. So if you bought right after that buyout happened, because there was unfortunately a lot of hype, a lot of misinformation that was spread. So in January, when that lowest near mint copy was listed at $290, if you are somebody who bought it at $270, $280, $290, somewhere around there, your card is unfortunately worth significantly less right now. Misty's Favor was another one. All these bold ones are ones that obviously went through a buyout, as opposed to like Welder here. The market price was only $27.83, and the lowest near mint copy was $28.77. So the market price pretty much reflects what the lowest near mint copy is. Actually, right now, the market price is down a little bit, $22.80 versus the lowest near mint price, which is $22.49. So Welder is one of those cards that actually has went down a little bit over the past 10 months. Misty's Favor is the second one we're looking at here. We're not going to go through all of these, just kind of some of the more like, whoa, this is weird ones. $160 is the lowest near mint copy for Misty's Favor. In January, the market was $67.85, so that means $100 above what the market price was. The current near mint price for the lowest copy is $70.98. So it went right back down to where the market price was in January. So if you were somebody who bought kind of at that huge surge, thinking, oh, this is a really good card, this is a really popular card, it's all the way up to $160, I'm going to buy now somewhere around this, it's all the way down to $70.98. It's lost 56% off of its lowest near mint copy. The current market price for it, not too much higher than where it was in January, so it's only went up about 18%, which is $80.06 for the current market price. Rosa, another card that a lot of people that got bought out. I don't want to say a lot of people went nuts for, because that's not really what happened. It was more like I said, maybe it was a Discord group. I don't know exactly with the specifics of it all, but it was obviously a group of people or a single person who just had a lot of capital at the time. Rosa was another one that went through a huge buyout. It went from $64 as the market price, and the lowest near mint copy all of a sudden overnight went up to $140. The lowest near mint copy right now is $125.99, so it has went down very, very small amounts, and the current market price is way up there at 114% of an increase, $137.74. So this was a card that got bought out, and its new price, its corrected price, if you want to call it a price correction, indicates that people are interested in this card, but they're interested in it significantly higher than where they were interested in it 10 months ago. So at $64.29, that's telling us that this was a severely underpriced card in January. It got bought out. The new market price, which is $137.74, is pretty much what people are willing to pay for it, because it's listed for around $126. Red's Challenge went from the lowest near mint copy was $82. Not as severe of a buyout because it was at $58.27 for the market price. Lowest near mint copy right now, way back down, much closer to that market price, actually well below the market price. $58.27 down to $49.99. So it's dropped $33, which is 39%. The current market price, this is always interesting, because if you look at the current market price, it's actually decreased. So it's down 12% from from where the market price was in January, 10 months ago. So that's telling me this was not a good buyout. This was not a smart buyout to do because it actually decreased in value over the span of 10 months. So depending on how many copies were bought, it actually saw a significant dip. Same thing with the Marnie from Sword and Shield, and this one took a much bigger dive. It was $74.87 in January for the lowest near mint copy, despite having a market price of only $49.41. Its current near mint price, the lowest near mint price, is $30. Part of that is because Sword and Shield has been added into just about every product that has released since January. You saw them in V Striker tins. You've seen them in collection boxes. They were just in I think the Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon tins. There was a lot of them that were out there. So it's dropped 60% in near mint price, so from $74.87 down to $30, and then the difference in market price has actually gone down 24% from $49.41 down to $37.45. Lucia is an interesting one because it's kind of a unique card that's from a set that's probably just not opened a whole lot anymore. $150 in January was the lowest near mint copy. The January market price was only $45.87, so it obviously went through a big buyout. Now the current near mint price is right around what it was, so it's only dropped 5%, and the current market price is actually up 158%, which is absolutely astronomical. Huge return if you're somebody who was able to find it, right before this buyout happened. Let's say you paid $30 for it, $35 for it. It's 158%. That's unheard of returns. Like, you're not getting that from the S&P. You're not getting that from other things. If you're somebody who looks at Pokemon cards as more of a investment long-term, something like that. Cynthia went from $98.09 as the near mint price all the way down to $80.99. So not too far of a drop. Its market price in January was $42.20. Now its market price has gone up quite a bit, $78.09. It's an 85% gain. Let's look at some other ones here. Sabrina Suggestion is another one that's fun to look at because it went all the way up to $100. It was bought out pretty heftily, but it actually has not held as strong as some of the other ones. It's dropped down for the lowest near mint price is down to $66.98, which is about double the size of the market price, around $70, but it didn't get up to that $100 mark like maybe they were hoping for at the time when they bought it out. Cynthia and Caitlin was probably another card that they were hoping was going to get closer to this $65 mark, but it settled right around $43.23, which is quite a bit below the current market price of it, $59.88. So that tells me that Cynthia and Caitlin might be a decent buy because it is significantly less than what the market price is. Jesse and James is another interesting one. We'll talk about that one in a minute, I guess, once we get down a little bit further. Some of these are very interesting because the lowest near mint copy is so much higher than what the current price is. We talked about Welder a little bit more, or the lowest near mint copy is so much higher than what the market price was in January. We talked about Welder a little bit before already as one of the cards that didn't go through a buyout, but actually has gone up quite a bit, or has stayed pretty level over time. There are other cards that did not go through a buyout that have actually gone up quite a bit. Like if you look at this Boss's orders right here, it was $23.25 back in January for the lowest near mint copy. Its market price was right around $25.37. It is steadily gained, has had very strong legs throughout the entire year, despite another pack that has been included in a lot of different items, a lot of different collection boxes since release. It's at $34.98 for its lowest near mint copy, which is a 50% gain from where it was, and $37.35 for its market price currently, which is a 47% increase. So very strong returns right there on Boss's orders. Nessa is one of those cards that unfortunately has gone through a lot of reprints. Vivid Voltage has just been reprinted a ton of times, so as more packs get opened looking for that Rainbow Pikachu, this just continues to take hits. So $23.78, it didn't get bought out. It's $24.46. It makes sense that it probably didn't get bought out because Vivid Voltage was like the most released set as of January. $23.78 was its lowest near mint price. $24.46 was its market price. It's all the way down to $12.65. So it's taken a 47% hit. $13.80 for the market price, which is a 44% decrease. Professor Oak Setup is another thing that went through a buyout. It didn't work too great. It was $23.51 for its market price. It's up a little bit, $29.47, but its lowest near mint copy is only $26.14. So that's a 45% decrease of where its lowest near mint copy was in January. The Lily, which is not from Ultra Prism, is from Sun and Moon and did not get bought out like crazy. Again, something that's pretty much relatively stayed the course. $23.12 is its current market price. It's a 1% drop from where it was in January at $22.84. $20 was its lowest near mint price. Now it's $16, so 20% drop of where it was back in January. Skyla from Breakpoint is another one that went through a buyout, $59.98. Its market price was $21.25. It's actually gone up a little bit. Its market price is up 33% to $28.29, but its lowest near mint copy is $26, not too much higher than where the market price was not too long ago. And those are kind of the things that I've been focusing most on when I made the spreadsheet, is how is the lowest near mint price now compared to where the market price was back 10 months ago, because that really tells you, hey, this gained a lot. Like if you look at Blues Tactics here, it's only at $21.13 if you want to go to TCG Player right now and buy a copy of it. Its market price back in January was $20.51. So that's not really that much higher than where it was 10 months ago. But it got bought out all the way up to $96. So that tells me, hey, this was probably not a great buyout. Same thing with Pokemon Center Lady from Vivid Voltage. When you were looking at 10 months ago, its lowest near mint copy was bought out all the way up to $56.99. But right now it's only selling for $14. That's less than the market price was in January. So that's very interesting. Some of those I've highlighted here in green. You can see here like Jesse and James is a very, very interesting one, because Jesse and James was something that people were buying like crazy come November, December, because they were thinking, hey, there's no way that this Hidden Fates reprint is happening. A lot of people are going to want this card in the future. And then the reprint did happen, and there was just tons of excess copies of this card that started circulating all over the place. I remember seeing somebody buying bulk amounts of these for $10, $12 a piece, which is crazy when you think about it, because right now it's only a $5.61 card. You can buy a lowest near mint copy for $5.61. It's a 73% decrease right now in the market value, $4.56 versus where it was at $17.14. Some of these are very interesting because the market price back then is half of what the lowest near mint copy is, like Wiki here. $37 was the lowest near mint copy, despite having only a $17 market price. Right now, not too much has changed. It's only a few dollars difference. Mars was an interesting one because it was $40, but now, or $40 for the lowest near mint copy, even though it's $16.96 for the market price. It's gone up. It's stayed fairly steady, but right now it's more in between than than all the way up to that $40 mark. Acerola is a very, very interesting one to look at because of how much it has increased over the past year. This was a copy that was not bought out. Its lowest near mint copy in January was $9.15, despite having a market price of $16.85. But if you look now, a new market has been established. A price correction has been established, saying, hey, back in January, this card has risen quite a bit. If you bought this card in January, you have gained 304% on that purchase. Its market price has gone up 104%. Pretty strong. I don't think I'm going to go through too many more. I'm just going to kind of circle through them here. Like I said, there's a lot of them. There's over 50 of them that I went through here just to kind of give you a better understanding. Like I said, I will put this in our Discord channel so you have access to it if you want to look at it. Just a lot of really interesting information. I did want to cover, what was it, this Underground Expedition here, because I thought that was an interesting one. $59.99 is what it went up to. Was the lowest near mint copy available. $9.72 was the market price at the time in January. It's gone down quite a bit. So 1996 is the current lowest near mint copy, but if you look, still a decent amount higher than, still 50% gains right there if you were buying these cards back in January. So if you got into the full art trainer game late, like let's say you got into it after these buyouts happened and these new market prices, these new lowest near mint copies started getting like traction and started happening, and you bought into these markets at the high point, you're probably hurting a little bit. But if you're somebody who kind of bought right before the swing, you're feeling pretty good right now. And it's very interesting to look at full art trainers because there continues to be a desire for them, especially over the last several sets. If you've looked at Battle Styles, Chilling Reign, Evolving Skies, even Fusion Strike, a lot of times the full art trainer is selling for significant amounts higher than the Rainbow Rare, even from pre-order standpoints, which I think is why Pokemon is kind of maybe starting to phase out of those Rainbow Rares, because it just seems like a lot of people prefer the full art variants or the alternate art variants in some cases as well. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, talk about it. It's very interesting because it directly impacts the market. It's obviously a very broad category when it comes to full art trainers, and there's a lot more than what I just listed here. This is only 54 of them, so there's a lot more that you can kind of piggyback off of this if you want. But with that being said, guys, I do appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, listen to me ramble on and on about prices and numbers and just probably a lot of nonsense. Hopefully you enjoyed as much as I do. It's a lot of fun to look at and kind of study, and you can kind of make your own assumptions based off of what you see. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for everything, all of your support. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Share the video to everybody out there. Literally take the video, like physically take it or digitally take it and throw it somewhere, and then more people will see it, right? And then more people will subscribe, and then that's obviously the name of the game, right? With that being said, guys, hit that comment button down below because it's good for the algorithm, and leave a like button. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon, guys. Peace.